Hello all and welcome, and I am the mgtowphilosopher, and in this video I would like to comment on the divorce of a fellow by the name of Boogie2988. Boogie 2988. Now, I'm sure many of you know who he is. He's a very large, well-known, well-established YouTuber with a very successful channel. His videos get millions of views. He has 4.4 million subscribers as of the time I'm making this video, so he's very well known. He also doesn't produce controversial content, so he doesn't get demonetized and censored very much by YouTube. So this guy is really pulling in the YouTube shekels. He's really making the dough. Now, before I comment on his announcement video where he announces that he's getting divorced, I would like to talk about his marriage and divorce from my own point of view. I'd like to talk about why his wife married him, why I believe she divorced him, and my overall opinion of the situation. Now, first of all, you may or may not know who he is from his run-in with Anita Sarkeesian a while back. He was on a panel with her. He said or did something that she didn't like, and she laid into him at that time, and the guy just took it. And from what I've gotten from that and from his videos and what he had to say about his wife and his marriage breaking up, he's a very nice guy. In fact, he's very nice to a fault. That said, he's also a very large fellow. That's all I'll say. He's very large. In fact, let's be honest, because I am all about honesty. Obviously. Any of you who know my channel, I'm all about honesty. He is morbidly obese. He is gigantic. He's a very fat man. But he's also very nice guy. I've watched his videos. And the reason I bring up his obesity is because I think it part and parcel has something to do with why she divorced him. Now, the man makes a lot of money off of YouTube. A lot of money. Anybody who has, two brain cells they can rub together knows there's somebody with 4 or 5 million subscribers who is not on YouTube's proverbial shit list and produces what is essentially gaming content and just a very uncontroversial commentary on certain subjects. He doesn't get demonetized or censored very often. Now, this woman that married him would know that. By the way, I've seen pictures of this woman. She is no looker. But compared to him, well, she is. I mean, okay, again, I'm not trying to attack the guy. I'm making a very valid comparison for what I'm setting up an argument here that I'm going to make. So, compared to him, yeah, she's not that attractive, generally speaking, honestly. In fact, she's not attractive at all, in my opinion. But again, if you have a woman that's, a little chunky compared to this guy, well, she might look like, a great catch. But regardless, she married this guy, Boogie, and my opinion, well, come on. She married him for his money, all right? She married him for his money. Boogie's got money. I mean, every time you see a video of this guy, you see in the background tons and tons of collectibles, and many of them are not cheap. And I mean, this guy has dough. He has dough, okay? Geez, just look at his subscribers and his videos and how many views he gets. Anybody that can do simple math knows this guy has money, and she knows he had money. And she definitely didn't marry him for his looks, and let's be honest. Unless you're living in fantasy land or in some romance novel, you know for a fact that women do not marry men for their inner self. I loved him for who he was. Come on, that's a bunch of crap. We all know that women marry guys for their dough. What's unfortunate is that Boogie was lacking in the self-confidence and self-esteem to be aware of the fact that he could have done much better. I mean, Boogie, you can be the biggest, fattest, ugliest dude on earth, which I don't believe you are. I've seen worse. But, I mean, you are a large man. You're not an attractive man. But you have money. You have money. So you could have done much better. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you got money, you can get hot chicks. So what happened, Boogie? I mean, oh my God. And this is the problem with some guys who have money. Some guys that have money but are not very good looking, they tend to lack self-esteem. They tend to lack self-confidence. And oftentimes they don't understand the way that the relations between men and women work in reality. It's not about any inner self, beautiful person crap. It's about how much dough you've got, okay? And the more dough you've got, the hotter chicks you can get. Now, I think Boogie is a kind soul. He's lacking in cynicism. I don't think he has a lot of grounding in regards to actual practical reality, the way the real world works. I don't think he is very tuned in. I don't think he's very red-pilled, okay? I wouldn't say that he is extremely blue-pilled, but I would say that, yeah, he's a blue-pill man, okay, to a certain extent. He believes in love, he believes in romance, he believes in the waltz, obviously, and he thought he found one in his wife. Now, first, let's talk about her a little, okay? She married him. I'm sorry to sound cynical, but this is really just red-pilled reality. She married him for his money, okay? No woman, I mean, unless she's, suffering herself from super low self-esteem, super low self-confidence, and generally speaking is a hog, meaning as big as he is, would marry this guy for any other reason than his money. And I've seen pictures of her. And I mean, yeah, she's not a great-looking chick, but she could have done better than him, okay? Looks-wise, anyway. But money-wise, no. Looks-wise, yeah, probably. There's a lot of loser guys out there, but they're better looking than Boogie. Generally speaking, women that look like her and are built like her can't get guys with Boogie's money. However, Boogie, as I said, is suffering from low self-esteem, a lack of self-confidence, and that's why he got with this chick, okay? Now, I think that the main reason that she stayed married to this guy, married him, stayed with him, was in hopes that he would die. I know that sounds horrible and morbid, but let's be honest here. For any of you that know about this story, she essentially divorced this guy right after this. She found out that he was going to live. So Boogie himself suffers from a number of ailments. He's got chronic pain, because he's so gigantic. His joints really suffer a beating. And he's probably got an enlarged heart, and who knows if he's diabetic or not. And the guy is just suffering from tons of problems, not to mention some kind of PTSD and some kind of anxiety disorder. So the guy, let's be honest, he's a mess. Nice guy, but just because you're nice doesn't mean I'm going to not speak what's true. The guy is a mess, okay? So his wife essentially married him, my opinion, because she figured he wouldn't live very long. 5 years, 10 years maybe. And then he essentially goes in and gets, from what I understand, the gastric bypass thing where they put a rubber band on your stomach. I think that's what they do now. I don't know if they I don't think they do where they cut the stomach in half or into, small stomach, like they cut off most of your stomach, and then they sew up this little, pouch that, that's your new stomach, this very small pouch, and then reconnect the intestine and everything. I think it was probably a band, but whatever the case, since this guy couldn't stop eating, and he got the band installed, and then he survived the surgery, and he was making a full recovery, I believe she said, holy crap. Not the crap. I should be saying, holy shit, he's going to live. I'm going to have to be with this guy for another 20, 30, 40 years. Oh, shit. Hell no. Hell no. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. And she got the hell out of Dodge. And this guy's left wondering, what did I do wrong? It was me. And this really, really annoyed me. Because I watched this guy's video, and he essentially spends 11 and a half minutes blaming himself and acting like it's his own fault, and he's totally blue-pilled the reality. He only sees what she told him, and he's doing, of course, what society has taught him to do, which is to blame himself. It's all the man's fault. It's never her fault. So he totally lets her off the hook and blames it on himself. Just like when Anita Sarkeesian went off on him, he just yeah, okay, took it and didn't, really do anything back. So that's my take on his marriage. She married him for his money, okay? Obviously. She divorced him because, well, yeah, he's got money, but I'm just so disgusted with this guy. I don't want to be with him anymore, okay? I married him for his money. I thought he was going to die, and now he's going to live. What the hell am I going to do here? She just couldn't envision a lifetime with this guy. I think she got in expecting that he was going to be dead within 5-10 years, okay? So she could stick around for at least that long to inherit his dough. But now that this guy is actually going to survive, she said, oh, no, okay, yeah, okay, I'm a woman, so that makes me a natural prostitute. And I'm obviously a prostitute because I married him totally 100% for his money. I mean, good God, no woman's going to get with this guy just for his beautiful soul. I mean, that's not how women work, okay? Women want money and they want attractiveness. But the attractiveness is a cherry on top, okay? If you've got money, they'll be with you, all right? And generally speaking, most chicks probably, if they had married him for his money, would have stayed with him and just, banged on the side. But clearly this one, I don't know, I guess she didn't realize that, hey, I could have stayed with him. And then I could have banged other guys on the side, and, I'd have still essentially had the advantage of him offering me all the money I'm still getting and have a home to still live in. But, I guess she didn't want to stick around for the long haul. And, I guess, no matter how unattractive some men might be, they're probably not quite as bad as this guy. And, let's be honest here. I like the guy from his videos. He seems like a very nice guy, but alpha male material, he's not. And she probably had somebody on the side. There was probably another guy that she wanted to be with, okay? And she figured, hey, what the hell? I mean, I'll divorce him, I'll get half his shit. So, okay, I'm not going to have the cushy life living with him that I did, but I also don't have to put up with him, and I don't have to take care of him and deal with his nonsense, because I was only there for the money anyway. So, now I'll just get half of it, and I'll move on with my life, because I really just got into this thinking it would be a 5-10 year arrangement. Now it looks like it's going to be 40, 50 years. I just can't take it. The idea sickens me. Anyhow, that's my take on his marriage. It sounds brutally honest and brutally cynical, but yeah, that's me. I see reality for what it is, and that's what I see. Anyhow, let's hear what he had to say right after the marriage broke up, and this is his announcement.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. It's been a few weeks since I filmed a rambling video, and it's because there's something that I wanted to share with you that I couldn't share with you because it involved people other than me.
People. Why is he using the plural? It involved one person, your wife. It involved one person, your wife.
And it was fairly sensitive, and I was being advised from everyone in my life that I needed to stay quiet about it.
You mean your wife. She wanted you to stay quiet. Until the divorce was final so that nobody else would chime in and affect her settlement. Okay, that you were giving her, which I'm sure was very generous. Okay, I see.
But today I talked to the other people involved, and they
You mean one person, your wife.
all are in agreement that it's okay that I come forward and talk about this here on YouTube today.
Oh, it's good that she gave you permission. Yeah, this guy's far too nice. I mean, he actually has to get permission from his wife, who he's divorcing, to talk about this. You're too nice, pal. Too nice.
So bear with me. I have to say I kind of lied to you guys over the past few months because not by saying anything that wasn't true, but simply by a lie of omission. There's something I wanted to share with you that I wasn't able to share with you.
Right, because your wife's telling you, don't you dare, and she's I'm sure she was really pushing you not to share it.
And that really sucks because I've always been a very transparent person.
Yeah, we can't have any of your fans telling you that you're making a big mistake giving her X amount of money or Y amount of dollars or being this generous in the divorce settlement. Oh, no.
Wanting to be transparent here on YouTube so that you guys can understand the trials and tribulations I go through, the stupid mistakes I've made.
Right, here he is. Automatically, he's blaming himself. It's his fault, right? It's his fault that the marriage didn't work out. Yeah, okay.
And how I recover from those mistakes and the other types of damage that happened to me. So I just want to start this off by apologizing by not doing this sooner or not being able to do it sooner. I'm really sorry. I never want to lie to you guys, and I certainly hope I never have to again, even if it's just a lie of omission. My marriage here on YouTube has been very public. I think every time I've made a rambling video, I've talked about my wife.
Right, but you've made every effort possible to hide her. I mean, people had to piece together a bunch of accidentally filmed clips from other videos and interviews people made just to catch a glimpse of her. So while you might have talked about it, or so you say, you've done everything you could to hide your wife's face.
And the things that we are doing, I've talked about the travels we've made. Whenever I travel to meet you guys somewhere at a convention, my wife has always been with me.
Oh, of course. She married you for your money and the ability to travel all over on your dime.
And I even proposed to her on YouTube. Our wedding video appeared here on YouTube. And, it was pretty great being public with that because we shared all of the really good parts of our life. But just like anywhere else or anyone else on social media, I did not show the bad times. And our marriage was far from perfect.
I bet it was far from perfect. My guess is a woman like her, and I've seen pictures, she's no catch, okay? I mean, maybe compared to him physically, but he's a much nicer guy, obviously.
Me and my wife had one major issue that was persistent throughout the entire marriage, and that was my anxiety disorder.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's why she divorced you. It couldn't be the fact that right after you had that gastric bypass and you lived, that was when she left you. It's interesting timing.
I clinically diagnosed PTSD, but more importantly, not just the disorder itself, but the stupid things that I would say and the stupid things that I would do when I was in the middle of a fight or flight attack.
Look at this guy. He's just, everything's about blaming himself. He doesn't place any blame on her. All his fault. This guy is a typical blue pill man.
It was something that was very, very difficult for my wife to handle. It was something very, very difficult for me to handle. And it pretty much was this constant wedge just right between us from the day we met to...
Okay. I said before that he wasn't very blue pilled, but he was obviously blue pilled. But I'm going to take that back. I'm being seduced by his kindness to be nicer to him because he's so kind and nice. It's really hard to say anything bad about the guy, even if it's true, just because he's so nice. But okay, I got to say it, dude. He's a simp. Okay, he's kind of a cucked simp. Yeah, he's very blue pilled.
The day we separated. And don't get me wrong, the relationship I had with my wife was the best relationship of my life.
Well, that I believe. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the only one.
It was some of the best 7 years ever, and we did some amazing things. We traveled the country. We met so many of you guys. We met some of our favorite creators and some of our favorite entertainers.
Oh, I'll bet. Women love a number of different things. So he has fame and he has money. I don't know about power. I mean, the guy is, he talks to gamers and, he makes videos on YouTube. I don't know much of power he might have, but he definitely has fame and money. So that attracted her to him, and the money especially, and the ability to travel all over the country. But,
And we loved each other madly. We were madly, madly in love.
I think you were madly in love. I don't think she was in love with you at all. Women are some of the best actors on earth. Actors. You're not supposed to say actresses. They're all equal, men and women, actors, actresses. Just call everybody an actor, even if it's a woman. Oh, I'm going to say actress. Yeah, the women are the best actresses on earth, okay? I'm sure she convinced you that she loved you, Boogie, but I guarantee you she did not. Women aren't capable of it. You got a long way to go, Boogie, before you are red-pilled, if ever. And you're kind of an old guy. I see the gray in your beard. So if you're not red-pilled by now, probably not going to happen.
But beyond the anxiety disorder, she was still dealing with my morbid obesity.
Okay, right. Okay, so wait, dealing with... She knew you were fat. Look, I'm not going to use morbidly obese crap. I'm going to say you're a fat man. You're a fat man. You're a fat guy. You're a really fat guy. And she knew you were a really fat guy when she married you. So what the hell is she complaining about? Deal with. She knew what you were when she married you. She can't complain about it now. What did she think? You were going to lose weight after she married you? Get real. You know who somebody is when you marry them. You can't then complain after you marry them that they are this or that. You knew. And I mean, obviously, there's no way you could hide how fat he is.
She was still dealing with my chronic pain issues and that stuff.
She knew all this stuff before she married you. Now you're just making excuses for her. Oh, yeah, she's such a... Isn't it amazing? This guy's too nice. I mean, he's making her out to be some kind of victim, and he's turning himself into this evil guy. Oh, she had to deal with all my difficulties. She had to put up with my horrible fat ass. Oh, she's such a saint.
It's hard enough for me to deal with. But I have no choice. I'm stuck in this brain. I'm stuck in this body. She had a choice, and she made it.
Yeah, that's so. You're having to live in that body. You've got constant pain. Your life is not that great compared to other people. I mean, physically, it must be just, a horrible deal. I mean, you're probably a borderline diabetic, these chronic pain issues, PTSD, from what I don't know, and some kind of, anxiety disorder. I mean, but you're the one suffering from all that, not her. What are you talking about? What she had to suffer?
And I think she made the right decision.
Of course you do. You're a white knight. Well, there we go. Now he's white knighting on behalf of the woman who essentially married him for his money and left him because he survived. Oh, my God.
Back towards the middle of October, she told me that she was thinking about separating now that I was out of the surgery and now that I was nice and healthy.
This is what I'm talking about. Who believes in coincidence out there? I don't believe in coincidence. It's an interesting coincidence that, in fact, this guy went to the extent of going in, getting a surgery, because he couldn't stop stuffing his face. No self-discipline there. And so getting a surgery to become thin, which she claims, he says, oh, hey, she's dealing with my morbid obesity. But you went to such great lengths to not be morbidly obese anymore. And the moment you did, she left you. But if she had a problem with you being morbidly obese and you were taking steps to remedy that and you were actually going to become healthier and live a lot longer, wouldn't you think that if that was her major problem, Boogie, that she would have stayed and not left? Did you ever stop to think that maybe the reason she left was because you were going to get better, were going to become more healthy, that you were going to survive? Oh, that didn't occur to you. Of course not. She's a saint, right? She would never act based on such base reasons. Oh, no.
We talked about it and decided that she should take a break in November, which she did. She was gone for about 3 weeks, and about 2 weeks into that, she called up and said that she had made her decision. Did
this woman even have a job? I mean, was she just a housewife? Did she even have a job, or was she just living off of Boogie's YouTube shekels? I mean, did she even work? Or was she just a housewife, okay? If she was just a housewife, it's her job to put up with his eccentricities, okay, and to take care of him and take care of the house. A house, by the way, was probably a very nice house, and she was probably very well taken care of. But, oh, no, she's an entitled woman. I can't do these traditional female gender role things. No!
That she wanted things to be a more permanent change, and that we should start moving in that direction.
Yeah, permanent change, meaning you're going to live, so I got to get the hell out of here. Otherwise, I'm going to be with this guy for another 30, 40 years. Oh, this poor bastard.
And obviously that hurts because I wanted us to work. I wanted to make it work, but I...
Yeah, Boogie, there was no way you were going to make it work, okay? Because she wasn't there to make it work. She was there for the money after you kicked the bucket. I'm sorry that I have to tell you that, but that's my take, and I think a lot of other people probably had that same take.
Couldn't argue with the fact that we just weren't working and things weren't the way they were supposed to be or the way that either of us wanted it to be or the way that we deserved it to be.
Well, it's certainly not the way you deserved it to be because you are a very nice guy. Very nice guy, okay? So, yeah, you are entitled. I'm not going to say entitled again. Nobody's entitled. But really, you do deserve to have a nice life. You're a nice guy. You're clearly produce something people want. You give a service in your channel that people want to pay for. You earn every dollar you get. And again, you're a very nice guy. So yeah, it'd be nice if you could find yourself a woman that appreciates that. Unfortunately, that's not reality, Boogie. Unfortunately, that's not reality.
So I was in accordance and in agreement, and we started moving in that direction.
Of course you were in accordance and agreement. I mean... You took the side of a broad like Anita Sarkeesian in attacking you. Oh, you took her side probably and apologized, no doubt. I mean, geez, somebody's mean to you, somebody treats you like crap, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's my fault. Yeah.
So just last week, we spent the week together. Me, her, and her mom were here. We packed up our stuff. We sat down with a mediator. We got everything hammered out. And we filed the papers.
Right. There you go. That's why she, not these plurality of people, but she didn't want him talking about this on YouTube because people would have told him exactly where she was coming from, okay, what she wanted, and what to give her and not give her. She didn't want that. I mean, not the paperwork is signed, you're allowed to talk about it. It's very interesting. He's not allowed to talk about it until after he signed the paperwork and given her cash payout, her lottery ticket. He's cashed that in. Now he's okay to talk about it.
And in about 30 days, we're going to be completely done. And, we're just going to move on from there.
By the way, 30 days and they're done. And she let him know, like in October or something, she wasn't happy. October, November. For those of you out there today, divorce is difficult. Here's a perfect example. This is not difficult. She said, I want out. And she got everything she wanted, obviously. And no difficulty. Please, divorce is in no way difficult.
As exes, I guess that's what we already are. I mean, the ring is off. We're Facebook official. And it's over. The good news is we've been very amicable during this period of time.
Oh, I'll bet. She got what she wanted. Of course she's amicable.
We've been very friendly and very kind. We're still talking on the phone every day.
Oh, you simp. You're still talking to her. Oh, I hope you wake up to reality someday and see what kind of woman she really is.
We're still texting each other. We're still interested in each other's lives. We're very eager to become friends, and we're still helping each other out.
She married him for his money and left him because he was going to live, and he wants to be her friend. Oh, my God.
And for those of you who are worried about, anything stupid like financial issues or something like that, we did it according to law, but at the end of the day, she was very, very kind and very, very generous to me.
She was generous to you? Oh, my God. Dude, you're the one with all the money. Oh, but she was generous to you. Yeah, she's great. I'm scum. She was generous to me, but I have all the money. It's my place to be generous to her. Well, you can see who wore the pants in this family. Oh, she left me and divorced me because I was not going to be a fat slob anymore and die and leave her all my money. And now she's being nice to me by not taking 75% of my shit, and she's only taking 50%. Oh, she's such a sweetheart.
In ways she absolutely did not have to be. And me.
Sure. Yeah, but she didn't have to be. Oh, please. Dude, stop making excuses for this broad.
Me and my wife know that we're both going to get a lot of hate for this stuff. I'm stuck here, and you guys can hate on me all you want and say whatever you want to. Fortunately, my wife doesn't have to have a social media presence, so she's pretty much gone.
And you've done everything you can to make sure she had no social media presence. Very interesting that she felt the need to hide herself from all cameras, almost as if she was ashamed to be seen with you. That's very interesting. And if you've seen videos of this guy, it makes it very clear. Don't film her, hide her. She doesn't want to be on camera. She doesn't want to be on film. Very interesting. If she's so proud to be married to you, why would she not want to show up on film and media and such? I mean, she loves going to these conventions, going everywhere with you, and she loves being connected to you and your fame, and yet, for some reason, she doesn't want her own fame. Yeah, very interesting indeed.
Her YouTube channel, her Twitter, they're just gone. She's just done using them. So, if you want to hate on anybody, don't bother with her. Hate on me.
Well, I don't hate you, pal. I feel sorry for you, but I don't hate you. I think that you're blue pill to the max, and you need the red pill bad. Where is Morpheus when you need him?
You're not even going to be able to reach her, so target me all you want. Call me whatever names you want. But I want to preemptively talk about some of the hate I've already seen as these rumors circulated, and as I've talked about it on Twitter a little bit. No, my wife is not a gold digger or anything like that.
He's trying to convince himself of this. It's always like this, isn't it? So, he doesn't want to believe it. So he's just, he's repeated over and over again until he believes it himself. She's not a gold digger or anything. She just divorced me the moment she saw I was going to live, which obviously points to everybody else that she only married me to get my money. And, of course, in the hopes that I would be dying soon because, all signals pointed to that happening. But, I'm just going to choose to believe what I want to believe. She didn't marry me for my money. She loved me.
We first met and we moved in together. I was drawing disability, maybe earning a couple of $100s a month for YouTube. It took me 4 years of living with her and her helping me reorganize my brain and my body and my life until we started making anything that resembled real money.
Oh, please, dude. You're making big-time excuses, okay? You're making big-time excuses for this bro. Oh, she wasn't a gold digger. She didn't marry because I didn't really have any money. Let me tell you something, pal. Women marry potential, okay? Your channel was getting big. You were getting popular. She knew who you were. She knew you had potential. Women are gold diggers, and they marry potential, especially broads that look like her. She isn't that attractive a woman. She's not going to get a man with any real potential other than you, not too often. You see, at that time, you had no dough. You say you had no dough. No, you did have some dough, and you had potential. Okay, you had a place that she could live as well. She sounds like a loser to me, okay, who couldn't make it on her own, so she latched herself onto some guy who could take care of her, give her a place to stay, and potentially, in the future, he would have mad dough. She saw potential in you, and she invested in that, and it paid off. Women do that as well, namely women who are not that attractive, but if they're able to, they'll find a guy who also isn't that great looking, but he's got low self-esteem, low self-confidence, but potential. That's what she got with you for, the potential that you would have money. Yes, she is a gold digger. You just don't understand women, Boogie.
Married me at a time where I was barely making as much as she was with her full-time job. So the idea is absurd. And she's a woman with a degree.
Right, I did this again. Dude, they marry potential in the hopes that you will be successful and have money, okay?
With a lot of earning potential. So I think it's just absurd.
Earning potential, right. How much is she earning, by the way? Notice he hasn't said she's making mad money. So she had earning potential. She was studying something that had earning potential, and yet she's really not making any real money. If she was, he would say so, to deflect people's accusation and belief that she married him because she hoped he would have money. Dude, you are lying to yourself. You're deluding yourself.
To think of her that way, and I really hope people don't. And no,
I know you hope that, but sorry, pal. Some of us understand women.
No one ever cheated. Certainly not me.
Well, how would you know? How would you know? I mean, you are so blind and you delude yourself so much. How would you know if she had cheated or not? Really? You wouldn't know. What, is she going to tell you?
But neither did she. She wouldn't even have the opportunity to. We were together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yikes. Well, that's highly toxic. Why were you together so much?
But more importantly, she's just not that kind of person. She takes monogamy very seriously.
Yeah, right.
She knew how I feel about it, and it's something she simply would not have done. And I promise you, right up to the day that we filed papers, and probably even since then, she has been as loyal as they come. And I trust and believe her, and I trust her for the rest of my life moving forward.
That's part of the problem. And by the way, pal, two people are never together 24/7, okay? That's total nonsense. Nobody believes that.
And don't get me wrong, I know why people like to invent these stories.
Nobody's inventing stories, okay?
Because this is just boring. It's just horribly boring. It's just as simple as it comes. It's two people who loved each other very, very much, who tried really, really hard to make it work. But in the end, due to compatibility issues, due to my broken brain and my broken body and her sensitive nature, we just couldn't make it work.
Broken brain? Well, I mean, your brain seems to work just fine. You're doing all these videos, okay? Your body is messed up, sure, but you're still going to make moolah. You're going to live. It's amazing she left you the moment she saw you were going to survive. And all the things you say she had a problem with, most of them would have disappeared. Oh, was she having to take care of you? Oh, was she having to work really hard to take care of the big baby that you are? I need somebody to change my diaper. Yeah, I'm sure you were a lot of work. And then, of course, after she found out you were going to live and be thinner, and most of these problems would go away. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's not why she left you. The timing is very interesting.
And, I don't think either of us regret the 7 years we spent together. I definitely don't regret a second of it, and I don't think she does either. But that doesn't mean we should continue doing it moving forward. It means we should do what's best for ourselves, and that's just what we're doing. As boring as that is, that's all the drama there is. This video won't go viral because there's nothing juicy or exciting here. It's just two people who admitting when it's over, and there we go.
Well, she said it was over. You didn't want it to be over, okay?
Now, if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to presume that you're worried about me, and I want you to know that you shouldn't be.
No, not really. No, I care about me, okay? Other people who I don't even know, not particularly. Yeah, nice guy, I know that, but it looks like you're going to live for a while, so, good luck.
I am mentally healthier than I've ever been in my life. And I've handled this way better than I ever thought I could.
Okay, so he loses weight, gets a surgery, he's much better mentally, physically. And that's when she decides to go. That's very interesting.
I'm physically healthier than I've ever been in my life. And I know a lot of people were afraid that this was going to throw me off track and I wouldn't lose weight. Well, I've lost a ridiculous amount of weight. You guys know that I was in a plateau between months 2 and 3. Well, I busted that plateau. I lost 20 pounds in 23 days between 2 doctor's visits. I'm about to hit that 400 mark for the first time. I'm very serious about my health. I'm very serious about my diet. And this has made me more serious about it because I'm being forced to be more active.
Did he say 400? He'll be down to 400? What the hell? Oh, my God. So, let me get this straight. This guy weighed more than 400 pounds, and this woman married him anyway, knowing what his physical and mental problems were, and then he's saying that those were problems during the marriage, and that's why she ultimately left him, even though he'd gotten the surgery and was losing tons of weight and was becoming mentally and physically healthier. and all the things that she supposedly had a problem with and all the things that are supposedly the basis for why she left him were basically going to go away, but she still left him. And that's exactly when she left him, when she found out that things were going to get better. Yeah, Boogie, that doesn't make any sense.
As I take care of myself, as I take care of the house, as I take care of my dog, as I take care of my business. You know, I'm in and out of the car several times a week. I'm driving places. I'm doing everything, by myself. And then on top of that, I do have plenty of friends here in the area who are more than glad to help. I still have my roommate who lives with me, and he's been taking very good care of the things that I've not been able to find time to do. I've got friends coming over 3 or 4 nights a week to keep me company and to make sure that I'm in a good mood. We're planning new experiences. We're planning trips to take. We're just doing new stuff and doing stuff I've never done before and keeping myself busy by playing good games and watching good movies and concentrating on work and concentrating on the house and keeping busy. And yes, of course, therapy. I've talked with a therapist once already. I plan to move into therapy again moving forward to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. So I'm going to be okay. In fact, I'm healthier now today and dealing with this bad stuff today better than I would have a year ago with good news. I'm doing better today with bad news.
Well, that's not surprising. I mean, this poor guy. Yeah, the vampire is gone. The parasite that was probably contributing to most of your problems is now gone, and you're feeling better. and you don't know why. That's the sad part. You don't realize that you're feeling better because she's out of your life. She was probably a drain and a depressive effect on your life. But you don't have the self-awareness to realize that that's where a lot of those problems were coming from. Her. How sad.
Than I would have been a year ago with good news, because my brain and my body are better than they've ever been, and I love it, and I'm excited for it, and I just can't wait to keep pushing forward to becoming the new me. And this is a transition here because of the changes I'm going to make to the business and the changes I'm making to my body and the changes I'm going to make to my surroundings and my home and everything else. This is just one more thing to change. And to say that I wasn't prepared for this would be absurd, because they mentioned many, many times to me in support groups and elsewhere that this surgery and the recovery from it is really, really hard on a marriage. And that's not why we failed.
What are you doing? I got a marriage? Yeah, because you're going to lose weight. You're going to be thinner and healthier and mentally fitter. And that's so hard on it. Please, you're making more excuses. You were getting better. You were fixing, and in the process of fixing the problems that she said were the reasons that there was so much friction between you two, where she had so many problems with the marriage. You were fixing those things, but that's causing a strain on the marriage? That makes no sense, Boogie.
Or anything close to it, I think. But it did play some factor, but I knew.
Yeah, you not dying was the major factor. You not eventually kicking the bucket. That was the big factor.
Going in, 85% of marriages fail after the surgery within the first 2 years.
Oh, my God. He's just quoting these statistics here out of the clear blue as if, I need to find some kind of justifications for why it failed. It couldn't be that I was, I wasn't going to die. I mean, he's obviously an intelligent guy, so it must have occurred somewhere to him in his mind that she might be leaving me because I'm not going to die. So now he's in his in his confirmation biased way, seeking excuses, ways to explain away that little nagging doubt in the back of his mind, which, by the way, is true, pal, okay? She left you because you weren't going to die.
I mean, I hate that we're a statistic, but now we are. And if you're worried about Des, don't be. I'm not going to go into her personal details because that's something she definitely does not want me to do.
Right. She spent her entire 7 years with you hiding out from all cameras, even though she loved traveling with you and loved all that social media and participating in social media, but hide my face because I don't want to be seen with him. I guess that never occurred to you, huh, pal? Isn't that a little odd?
And I think it's the wrong thing to do, but I can say that she is surrounded by friends and family who are going to take very good care of her.
Well, she's going to take very good care of herself because she probably got a nice big fat cash payout from you, as well as alimony, I'm sure. So she's set up very well. She's going to be getting those YouTube shekels from you for quite some time.
She's a strong, independent woman.
Strong, independent woman. Bullshit. That's an oxymoronic statement if ever I heard one. She's a strong, independent woman, yet she took your money. It's very interesting. So she's strong and independent, but when she divorced you, she didn't hold up her hands and say, stop. I want nothing from you. No. She got half your shit, half your money. Alimony, I have no doubt. Oh, but she's strong and independent. Give it a rest, pal. Stop shilling. Stop white knighting for this broad already.
Who will take care of herself very well moving forward.
On your money.
And on top of that, if she ever needs help, we're friends. We're going to stay friendly.
Why do you think she wants to stay friendly with you, pal? So if she ever needs help in the future, your dopey ass will be there to save her.
And I'll be here to help her anytime she ever needs. And she knows that.
Dumps you because you didn't die, and you're actually going to be there for her in the future. Yeah. Gotta... Too nice. You're just too nice, pal.
So you don't have to worry about her. You don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry at all. We're going to be okay. As scared as I am, and as hurt as I am, and as confused as I am, I have as much hope as anything. I'm looking forward to the future where I have new experiences, and I meet new people, and I do new things.
And get some new pussy!
In a brand new body, and a brand new brain, and reinventing and recreating myself, and just being whoever I'm meant to be. And I just watched Star Wars, and you've probably heard it in the trailer, but Kylo Ren says, he says, let the past die, kill it if you have to. It's the only way to become the person you're meant to be. And I have a lot of stuff in my past that I need to kill, and I don't know if I should be listening to Kylo Ren, but it makes a lot of sense here, and that's something I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to put all of this stuff behind me, the anxiety disorder and the child abuse and the PTSD and the eating disorder and everything else, and rebuild who and what I am from the ground up.
Well, that explains a lot. So he was abused as a child. So that has a lot to do with his very low self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. And from that, he used eating as a coping mechanism, to deal with the traumatic events and the feelings connected to them thereof. And so, now it makes a lot of sense. And he likely, this chick that he hooked up with seems to me, just from everything he's said, to be a very controlling, very manipulative broad. Jesus Christ, this guy's painting her out to be some kind of saint for having to put up with his difficult ass.
And I'm so excited and so hopeful for it.
I hope you realize that once you've lost this weight, combined with your money, that you are a major, major asset. You are a player in the market, my friend, and you can get yourself hot chicks now. Much hotter than the broad that you were with. If only you realized that and red-pilled yourself just a tad, you could have a hell of a lot of fun in the second half of your life. Will he red-pill himself and realize that truth? I have my doubts.
Even if it's terrifying. Everybody has their midlife crisis, and I guess this is mine, but I got to tell you, I'm not worried. Because I sucked at being married, and I sucked at being happy because it was new to me.
Pal, you sucked at being happy because marriage doesn't bring happiness. Things outside of yourself do not bring happiness. Things do not bring happiness, period. You can only find happiness within you, within yourself, living in the now, not in the past, not in the future. You will not find it through marriage. You will not find it through other people. You will not find it through things. You will not find it through all those little doodads on the shelves behind you. All those little toys and collectibles you have. Those will not bring you happiness. You're trying to fill a gaping chasm within yourself that can never be filled.
But this I'm used to. This feels like home.
Be alone. Stay alone. You'll be much happier. And by the way, you can find happiness without other people. It's a myth that you need others to be happy.
This is where I prosper. So I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon.
Okay, so that's all he has to say. Again, I think this guy's very nice. I have no malice toward him whatsoever. And any of the things that I said in this video that might sound negative are just me speaking about facts about the guy. He is very fat, and he is suffering from very low self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. I've never been one to mince words or make what I had to say softer and more palatable to the ear, just because speaking fact or truth might hurt somebody's feelings. I've never been that way. Very nice guy, but very blue-pilled, clearly doesn't understand women at all, and just as clear, doesn't understand himself, doesn't know himself, is very lacking in self-knowledge and self-awareness, and that's a big part of his problem. And his other problem is he thinks things will bring him happiness. And Boogie, things will not bring you happiness. They will never bring you happiness. They need to wake up, realize that. And until you do realize that, indeed, you will not be happy. As for that 85% number that he quoted, give me a break. A lot of those marriages where the person was essentially, dying and they needed to get the gastric bypass surgery because if they didn't, they would die. A lot of those women that were married to them had gotten into the relationship to be a caretaker, to have somebody to take care of, okay? That was part and parcel of why they married that person. And then when that went away, they no longer wanted to be married to them. Or the person wasn't going to die as they were in imminent threat of doing, and the person who was married to him said, oh, holy shit, they're not going to die. I got to get the hell out of here. Well, which one do you think is the case here? I'll let you decide that. So that's my take on Boogie's marriage and divorce. Let me know what you think in the comments section of this video, and please like and subscribe. And donate to my Patreon if you feel so inclined. You'll find a link both in the last 20 seconds of this video and in the description. I am the MGTowphilosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.